So I'll be moderator for today's section, where we'll be discussing or having a section on the experience on the doubting task of graduating on time. So our speaker for today is Dr. Abdelamin Inda. He's a lecturer too from Taraba State University, Jalingo. So he has a PhD in curriculum and instruction from the School of Education, Faculty of Social Sciences and Humanities in the University of Technology, Malaysia. He earlier earned a master's in education, that's Islamic studies, and BE education in Islam studies from Abu Zaria. Dr. Inda has passion in public speaking, effective coaching, knowledge sharing, and learning new ideas. His area of research includes critical thinking skills, teaching Islamic studies, Dawah, and he has published several papers in national and international reputed journals. Dr. Inda, are you there, sir?
Yes, please.
Okay.
Sorry. Yeah.
Welcome once again.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
So I think you have the floor now, sir.
Okay, I share my slide, right?
No, I'm still seeing your video currently. Not yet.
I mean, I will share it now.
All right, sir.
Before our professor commence his presentation, I would like to add on to some of Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah. I would like to say one or few things about the speaker. Apart from that brief introduction, I'd like to let you know he's a Toastmaster, not just a Toastmaster. He has been presenting a quite a number of talks. And I tell you, we at least some time ago he did present on how to, we would like to talk about time management, in the future, because time is of essence when it has to do with research and even generally about life. He has touched on such presentation, and I hope that not too far he will come up with one or two presentations that has to do with time management. Okay, so our professor, back to you.
Done? Am I to start?
Yes, sir, you can start, sir.
Okay, first and foremost, I invite the blessings of God to shower all of us and envelop us from the beginning of this presentation to the end. Thank you for your magnanimity in the introduction, the presenter, and my mentor, Dr. and Professor Dodo. Actually, I'm one of you. I'm no more than Abdul Mu'min. Just for the passion of sharing knowledge, we are all here for the same purpose. Philosophers always love knowledge, they search for it. How to graduate on time? Of course, this topic is so dear and near to my heart, because graduation does not mean maybe only PhD students. It can be graduating from old habit to a new habit, graduation from old system to a new system. So it might resonate to some of us. If you are a PhD student, of course, how to graduate on time. And if you are not, you can check where to connect the dots. As we can all see, the organizers of this research training and support group have encouraged multidisciplinary approach to solving our problems. And I feel the aim for this is to share our ideas. We may not know who will benefit from it or not. And I feel right inside me that Nigeria is the future of the world. And the moment we are prepared, God's willing, we can change many things. These are some of the things that you should expect from me from the beginning. I have opening quotes, then what is knowledge, know the environment, what is and what is not a PhD, why is it needed, a PhD story, of course, I have a disclaimer on that, what is GOT, then some tips on how to have GOT, and we have intellectual bunkus. In case you don't know bunkus, wait for it. A takeaway, presentation that can be done illustratively. Then I have concluding statement and some useful links. Now let's go ahead. The organizers, of course, my flag is here. They are the research training and support group. This has been presented one time with the International Student Society of Nigeria on the 18th of May, and I feel it's something that we need it all the time. 3 topics: how to graduate on time, time management, and goal setting. They are indeed very vital in our life. Now, opening quotes. From Thomas Jefferson, he said, if you want something you have never had, you have got to do something you have never done. And for me, I said, to do what you have never done, you must be willing to withstand at least 8 hitches of change. First and foremost, change is hard at the beginning, messy at the middle, and gorgeous at the end. Know the environment around you. I mean yourself, your spiritual environment, relationships, your network, like the research group we have, financial, physical, technological, and your body, where you need health, yourself, you need calmness, spiritual, you have connection with the higher spirit, God. To some, they have names they give, whatever it is, the creator of the universe and your own self. Relationships, of course, you need some emotional calming while on the journey for PhD, network, then the finance. These are tools for your game as you move to have to have a very successful graduation. This environment, there are 9, and you have to take care of each and every environment. To some, they go for intellectual environment alone, and they forget about their spiritual relationship, and this will create imbalance even from the start. This is an environment, you find your own. Here, PhD students, they are in the environment, intellectual environment called UTM. Wherever you are you in the UK? Are you in ABU Zaria? Are you in Unijos? Are you in, just name what is your own environment. Then find out what is their own vision, what is their own mission, what is their own core values, and connect whatever they have to what is the current needs of the world, particularly in the 4th Industrial Revolution. Find out what is the UNESCO saying about educational goal or architectural goal in your own case, whatever your topic is. What are the goals needed for sustainable development goals? And make sure your direction of your PhD is tilting towards that, so that you are bringing or contributing to what is needed globally and also in your immediate environment, your intellectual environment. Next is what is PhD and what is not PhD. This is found during our conference workshop, which I coordinated, and I found it very easy to understand about PhD. It started by a story. Let me give you a story. You find an interesting phenomena. This can be your problem statement, the why of your PhD. You want to know about it, so you start Googling to some Google scholars, corpus, whatever the source you have. You Google it, but you cannot find the answer. You believe there is lack of knowledge. It becomes your research gap in this phenomena that the idea you want to bring it up. You write down the history of the phenomena, that is your research background. You explain to your friends, why is this phenomena interesting and worth everyone's attention? It's establish your own significance of the study. The more, sorry. Sorry. Yes. Significance of the study. The more you read, the more you get confused. So you start reading more and more of past studies. This make your own literature review. For the ease of recap, you record the source of citation systematically. It becomes your references. I have something that block my foot. You are now at the point of finding out what could be, please, okay, let me minimize this. You are now at the point to find out what you couldn't find in the literature. You have to find an approach. This serves as your methodology. It can be, quantitative, it can be qualitative, it can be mixed method. Positivist ideology, or relativist ideology, or pragmatist, where you can have mixed method or multi approach to your own research to collect the information that is your data for your research. After data collection, you sort them out and rearrange them in a more meaningful way. This gives you your analysis. As a result, you obtain a new knowledge and it becomes your findings from the empirical data. You are now so happy and can't wait to explain your findings. That is your discussion. As you discuss your superior, that is your supervisor, or in this group, someone else tells you that you actually reveal a new knowledge on top of some old knowledge. It becomes your theoretical contribution. You can't help to share this knowledge to the world so people can improve their life. That is the implications. Wait, you just realize your research is not perfect due to some unavoidable constraints. That is your limitations. But it's okay, you still decide to wrap it up, conclusion, and attain to your convocation happily. Ladies and gentlemen, and respected elders that are here, I want to say, by the time you have this as a story, it gives you an overview of your PhD. What is it all about? Our forefathers, we are good in Africa in telling stories. The Tatsunias and Magana Jari Chase are very good example for that. And today, the public speakers, experts are saying, never make your point without making a story, and never make your story without making a point. So story is very vital. The moment you capture the story very well, it will give you an ease in going deeper to your studies. PhD between myths and reality. PhD to some, the myth, you need to be a genius. You need to be, intellectually, strong so that you go for your PhD. The reality is persistence, not brain power. Persistence, perseverance. These are some of the qualities you are developing in you. You move as it goes. As it is getting harder, you are now building resilience in you. Another myth is your research will change the world. This is also a myth. You need to finish a time-bound because research is something ongoing. You might end up finishing your research this day and the world does not need it. It is another thing. So it is important we should know you have time bound, you are there to finish a task, not to win a Nobel Prize. The PhD is the best masterpiece. No, the reality is PhD is a learning process. If not, our doctors wouldn't have been here trying to refresh their memory and also support other young researchers coming up. So it's a learning process. And the moment you have learning process, what the world is saying now, we need long life learning so that you become a seeker. You always research on new things so that you better the world. Why is it needed? You have to accomplish your career goals. A common reason to do a PhD is to improve your employment prospects as the highest, maybe become professor, associate professor, so that you get promoted. Gaining transferable skills. There's a lot more to doing a PhD than simply writing a dissertation and completing. As this group, I can understand they are builders. Can anyone now start imagining the possibility of building a castle in the air? Since now the world is changing so fast that generational change is now 4 years, for your information, because what the world discovered between 2020 to 2016 was more than what was discovered in 100 years. So now century is compacting. The world is just moving very fast. Are we together, please? Hello.
Yes, I are with you.
Yeah. So gaining transfer, what are those skills that can help you change the world? Since the world now is moving very fast. Passion for research. When we say something you are passionate about, you are ready. Elon Musk today have landed on Mars. When he was asked if he were to be made a dish, what is that quality? What is the juicy part of Elon Musk? He said he is too tolerant to pain. Tolerance to pain. So when you are passionate about something, you are ready to take all the consequences. Remember your first wife before you get married. The passion she has for you, the love she has for you, she is ready for anything. This is perhaps the most personal motivation for doing a PhD. The enjoyment and sense, the enjoyment that you can, drive, because they said the more you read, the more you grow. They said, speak to be understood, speak to be heard, then write to be understood, read to grow. So the more you read, the more you grow, the more you go places. There is a lot more to doing a PhD than simply writing a dissertation and completing your viva. Some of the main benefits of a PhD involve the transferable skills that you will gain along the way, such as presentation and public speaking skills. You might have the opportunity to present your work at academic conferences or at public engagement events, which can be a useful experience, whatever your future career plans. Teaching. Most PhDs allow research students to teach at an undergraduate level. Time management. Successfully juggling the various responsibilities of a PhD is a genuinely impressive achievement that will be recognized by future employers. Networking, such as this group. Some are from UK, some are from Turkey, some are from Nigeria, some are from Malaysia. This is the network that we are talking about. Who knows, tomorrow a president is among us, Minister of Education will be among us, Transport and Minister of Transportation will be among us, Director of NITT will be among us. So this is the network which is which only PhD can get you connected. Over the course of your PhD, you are likely to meet plenty of experts and professionals, as we have in this group, giving you the chance to forge new relationships that could prove useful in the future. Some tips on how to get GOT. GOT is graduate on time. 1, topic selection. 1, you have to select a topic you care about, or your supervisor care about, or trending area. Why is this important? Because it's a long journey. If you are not passionate about a topic, you will easily lose hope. Another one is managing your supervisor. We had a particular workshop where the presenter took a data, which is more important as a student. Is it your topic? Is it your thesis? Is it your faculty? Is it your department, or managing supervisor? Managing supervisor have taken the highest in the data collected. Please avoid conflict with your supervisor. Communicate clearly. Be polite, honest, and loyal. Share what you learn regularly. Meet your supervisor. Some mentality of PhD, they come as if they are the master of their work. So they know everything more than their own supervisor. And I tell you, all they need is to humble you. This is a humbling journey. You have to listen to them. They have seen a lot of things. They know the skeleton. No matter what you have of flesh, if the skeleton is wrong, then they can easily condemn you or condemn your work. Remember, your examiners can ask about your character, not only the learning. Supervisor expects you to work independently, produce quality work, be honest, accept constructive criticism. Today, the Sustainable Development Goals, they have goal number 4, which is talking about quality education. Quality education. Stop procrastination. But how? Sometimes procrastination is as a result of the following. You are either indecisive. If you are indecisive, please write your to-do list. You are avoidant. You don't want to take action at the right time. Or arousal. Some of us, they are delaying their work until it is the last minute. Then they continue the work, so that, just like journalists, evening hour is the peak time performance for them. Number 5, goal setting. There are 3 processes. Is it outcome-based, result-oriented type of goal, process-based, and identity-based goal setting? The best, according to experts in personal development, identity-based goals are very important. After your PhD, who do you want to be called? Is it only to be called doctor or professor? You become just a positional leader. You just need a name, or an impact maker. So make sure your goal, you have daily, weekly, monthly, quarterly, and yearly. So whatever you have in the year, you break it into quarterly, monthly, weekly, and daily, which this is another topic of its own. I took like 3 years learning about goal setting from experts in neuroscientists. So they said what is important is identity-based. Some of us that are here, they are professionals. You find who is the expert in the world, in the field you are in. Read about him, read about his own history, read about his own story, read about his own articles, so that you become like him. Build research network, conferences, seminars, meetings, positive peers, just like here. Of course, this kind of group is a no-blame group. Nobody is here to name and shame you because you have done wrong, but they are here to support you, to encourage you. So you have to have positive cycle that will always, encourage you. Another thing is Gantt chart. Gantt chart is an overview of your work from day one up to the last day for your graduation in one page. Here in UTM, when you come, this is the first thing that you'll be asked. When I came into UTM, I don't know what is Gantt chart for the first time. So, but as time goes on, it's all about timing yourself and getting organized. Activities that you have on top, you have from the months. In 2013, you came in from September to December. What are you expected to do? What do you expect? What do you want to do in that? Yes. Yes, from September to December, then January to July. Here, these are the items you want to achieve before the elapse of the time until the submission of final report from the activities, from deciding the title of your thesis up to the final report submission in one page. Then the next thing is swim in the UTM intellectual ocean smartly. So you remembered in our first, in the beginning of this lecture, we have the environment U. When the environment is smooth, then you'll be able to swim intellectually through your research, through meeting other people. And the more you do that, the smoother your work. Just like this fish is swimming in the ocean. If the ocean is polluted, it might cost him his own life. Take care of your health, take care of your mental health, emotional health. Otherwise, you may end up finishing PhD and having no time to enjoy it, let alone the world around you. Ladies and gentlemen, respected scholars here present, graduate on time now that you know how. It depends on your university. It can be 4 years, it can be 5 years, it can be 6 years. That is the time limit. In UTM, I think it's 4 years now that is graduating on time, 8 semesters, 6 to 8 semesters. Then this is an Oprah Winfrey quote. She says, what you focus on expands. And when you focus on the goodness in your life, you create more of it. So focus is very, very vital in your life. You remember magnifier. Can you all see this, please? Hello, everyone.
Yes, we can hear you, Prof.
Yes,
we can hear you.
So this is a magnifier. The energy from the sun, if you don't focus with this magnifier, if you focus on a paper like this, and you go around unfocusedly, it won't create any effect. But when you stand still and focus on a paper, the heat will burn a paper. So as a PhD student, be focused on your own aim, objectives, and why you are studying what you are studying. The more you focus on that, the more you get more ideas, the more you explore a lot of new ideas for the world. Why focus? Because there are a lot of things that will distract you. No salary in 7 months, family issues. You are in another man's, country. You know nobody. So all this, there are things that will distract you. But when you are focused, laser-like focus, then you will achieve your own goal without hitches. Ladies and gentlemen, here we come to intellectual bunkus. Bunkus is a Malay language, which means take away for you to graduate on time. Does the cap fit you? Yes, then wear it. If no, why not? Always say yes, make it yours, buddy, practice on. This is called the intellectual bunkus, which I have like this. This is just like a takeaway. No matter how the magnitude of your research or your reading, please have this at the back of your mind. All the time, take it little by little. This is just a symbol. Like if you have a rice here, you need a spoon close by. You take one at a time, and one day, one time, it will finish. And the sponge here, I mean to say, is your mind and heart. The little you read today, tomorrow you act, it serves just like this water. As you pour one, as knowledge small, little by little, one day, one time, that sponge, that is your mind and heart, will absorb. You become a master to your field. And wherever and whenever you are being pressed to talk about it, it will come out. The water will just come out, and people will be enjoying what you learn in your own field or area. So in conclusion, ladies and gentlemen, I want to also show you the example I gave one time. Please don't forget, as a Nigerian living in UK, Nigerian living in Malaysia, Nigerian living in abroad, learn their culture. Do not be in another man's country with the mind of Nigeria. You may not pick a lot of things, but learn how they do things, and you do the same, and you get what you want. So here, find out your level. This is another, I wish this is a physical, this is what I bought. This level is just like ordinary level. If you are in PhD, with ordinary level, you can hardly achieve it. This is just like your first degree level. Of course, you have to solve the puzzle. And this is your master's level. This is your postgraduate or the PhD level. And this is the professional level. How do you want the outcome of your result come out? You have to upgrade your system. Upgrading your system has to do with what are those things that you need to learn about, a skill that you need to learn, a software that you need to learn. Otherwise, you can hardly achieve what you want. So first and foremost, it is you, then you face the job as it requires. So the more you go, the more it becomes complex, but the more you train yourself, the easier it becomes, so that you solve the most complex problem and find solution to the problem bedeviling the world. In conclusion, this is what I found very functional to myself, and I feel to share. Own your morning and elevate your life by making progress slowly but surely. This is by Robin Sharma in his book, The 5 a.m. Club. I really encourage us to buy this book or search for it in Z Library, and also The Atomic Habit. They are very good books in terms of making and breaking habits. Actually, it also took me like 3 years attending their workshop, attending their programs, and it helps me a lot. Remember, UTM or your university or the environment where you are solidly support you on your way to becoming global citizen. Today, what we are after, we want global citizen. Don't just, after your PhD, you work with an ordinary mind, just yourself or ego in a matter, you become egoistic, or you become tribalistic, or you just finish your PhD because you want to amass wealth, or you finish your PhD so that you become an impactful personality to the global community. By the time you become like that, you become a global citizen, which everyone will benefit from it. Those that change the course of history have done wonderfully, and they are selfless in that. So we need to have world-class intellectual capability, soaring to that mountain. It requires you to change from your old you to a new you, and change, as we began, is hard at the beginning, messy. You might have some financial problem, health challenges. You may lose some friends. My own case, I lost a lot of relatives. I lost a lot of things, but it is messy. This is where you can now learn a lesson, who is with you and who is not with you in terms of difficulty. So things might be messy. At this point in time, I want to thank Professor Dr. Dodo. Whenever things are hard, I call him. I said, this is the level I am in. He said, you can make it. This is my story. He tells me about himself and he gets me motivated. Thank you so much for that. I also have Dr. Aliu Kaji. So have these people, when you are in a messy time, even your family are not suiting to call them at that time. Find whose voice can, encourage you. And at the middle is messy and gorgeous at the end, because there are 4 stages of change, which after being in confusion and messy, then the flowery stage will come up, which is your graduation, and they will tell you, congratulations. Be innovative, entrepreneurial, and global. That is our slogan in UTM. These are some useful links in case you want to find more about what we have shared here. And at this point in time, I want to most sincerely thank the organizers in this group, Research, Training, and Support Group, for finding me worthy to share the little I have. I hope this can refresh our own memory and can make us better citizens wherever we find ourselves. Nigeria is great, and Nigeria is going to be great again and again. And I tell you, we have hope in the future. Thank you so much.
All right, thanks very much, Dr. Inda, for that wonderful presentation. So before moving towards the question and answer section, so I would like to invite Dr. Dodo or Prof. Wallace if you have any addition before moving forward.